Good evening from the Henderson County Courthouse in Henderson, Kentucky. I'm Greg Busby along with WSON News Director Aaron Schmidt here on election night on WSON. Glad to be with you with the local and live election night results. No news at the moment. We have no results yet here from the Henderson Courthouse. Normally at this time we do have at least have the absentees and the mail-ins, but those still being counted. So no local results to pass along to you here from the courthouse. We hope to have some very, very soon, as of course voting ended up today here in Henderson with 7 polling places. That added with the early voting and the absentee mail-in and the absentee drop-off I'll talk about in a moment. But there was a total of 34,778 eligible voters in Henderson County. We do understand 8,591 voted early, and as of about 15 minutes for the polls closing today, Aaron had the number. I think it was close to
53.8%, almost 54%. So, and that by early, the 8,591 early, that was the early voting on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Didn't have the absentee totals just yet for that. So they're still counting that.
So for at least from as a total, it would appear to be 54% voting. And the Presbyterian Church, we understand, has reported in, so we will get that one first, but those numbers not up there yet. So that may be the first one we'll see from that downtown precinct. Special thanks to our sponsors, ATA CPAs and ATA Advisory, Henderson Community College, the Henderson County Democratic Executive Committee, and the Henderson County Republican Party. And after our local coverage, which for the most part will be featuring that Henderson County City Commission race, really the only
most competitive race
and only kind of true local race as an appellate court race that takes up kind of a portion of Western Kentucky, but certainly we'll keep our eye on the City Commission race and do our best to bring that to you before we go off the air locally to our national coverage from NBC Radio, which we expect right around 8 o'clock. But as we mentioned, hopefully we'll get our first polling location coming in very, very soon, as there will be, you may see on your screen if you're joining us on Facebook, on our YouTube channel, or WSONradio.com. We will have up the same screen that we're reading from here from the courthouse, and it just scrolls. So if you see that on your screen, that's the same thing we're seeing. So if you're watching us, we'll be reading those numbers to our radio audience. So that's why we'll be a little bit more vocal with those here on WSON. But Aaron, just your kind of comments on Henderson election 2024 here before we get some numbers in.
Well, I do want to give a shout out to the courthouse IT department for fixing the screen resolution. So it was a little blurry before, and now it looks much sharper. So that I think we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And viewers at home will be able to view that as well. So yes, 53.8% turnout was what we were told about 15 minutes before the polls closed, and we did get note that Presbyterian Church results should be reported soon. That's usually traditionally in most recent ones where we only had so many locations. That's usually the first one to report just because it's a smaller location and it's so nearby. Typically, it seems maybe Spotsville or one of the ones out in the county like that might be usually the last.
Here we're going to have a 4
does
of
look like
10.
It's updating.
So
yeah, 4 of 10.
So that's probably, I'm assuming, Presbyterian Church, but also early voting absentees. So we're not sure exactly ones, but we do have an update coming with 4 of 10 polling places reporting. And Aaron, I have those numbers as soon as they
Here
scroll
on the
across.
screen,
So
yeah.
there you go, 7:08. We thought around 7 o'clock would be right. So
Yep.
pretty close is where we get our first numbers.
So Republican Party, straight party ticket, absentee mail-in 197, absentee walk-in 44, early voting 1,863, election day voting 589, 2,693 total. Democratic Party, straight party ticket 1,768 total. Kentucky Party 24 total. Libertarian Party 15 total for that. For voting for President and Vice President of the United States, so Donald J. Trump has received 5,730 votes so far. Kamala D. Harris has received 3,648 votes. Jill Stein, 17 votes. Robert Kennedy Jr., 55 votes. Shiva Ayadurai, 1 vote. And Chase Oliver, 19 votes for president. That's 4 out of 10 polling places are reporting in Henderson County. United States Representative in Congress, 1st Congressional District, incumbent James Comer has received 5,942 votes. to challenger Aaron Marshall has received 3,416 votes. In the state representative 11th representative district race, J.T. Payne has received 6,793 votes total. J.T. Payne is here with us in the courthouse, too, so
Yep,
we'll hear from him in a little while.
Running unopposed for that 11th representative district seat.
Commonwealth's Attorney, 51st Judicial Circuit, Herbert L. McKee, Jr., who is a incumbent. He's received 6,479 votes, also unopposed. Circuit Clerk, incumbent Clyde Gregory Sutton, has received 6,198 votes. He is also unopposed. And we'll wait a little bit for the scrolling there. Judge of a Court of Appeals, First Appellate District, Second Division, unexpired term, Lisa Payne Jones, who was appointed to this judge seat last year. She's received 4,154 votes. To Jason Shea Fleming's 1,896 votes. And again, that's 4 of 10 polling places reporting here in Henderson, which includes absentee mail-in, absentee walk-in, early voting totals, to all of those are included. Member Board of Education, 3rd Educational District, Thomas E. Alves. He's unopposed. He received 924 votes. He's currently already on the board there. Member Board of Education, 4th Educational District, Mike Waller, who's also on the board. He received 781 votes. He's also unopposed. Member Board of Education, 5th Educational District, Wesley Smith, also currently on the board and also unopposed, 1,085 votes so far. We're ready to catch up here. I know 2 years ago when the District 2 one was up, I believe there were 4 candidates at the time. So that's
that's right. Yep.
That's a big switch from having each of these. They're unopposed. So City Commissioners, City of Henderson, people can vote up to 4. Thomas D. Tom Williams has received 2,062 votes. Robert N. Pruitt has received 2,250 votes. Kelsey Hargis has received 2,775 votes. Dwight Williams has received 1,796 votes. Nick Witt has received 2,226 votes. And Rodney Thomas has received 2,730 votes. For the City of Cordon, people can vote up to 6, and I believe there are 7 candidates here. So Jayla Gish has received 37 votes. Jack Horton Jr. has received 38 votes. Beth French has received 26 votes. Renee Brown has received 27 votes. Jerry Lee Hogue III has received 22 votes. Karen McGill has received 37 votes. And Daniel Rathman has received 24 votes. So Rathman would be the person with the least amount of votes there so far. City Commissioners, City of Roberts, you can choose up to 4. Anthony Keith Watkins, 55 votes. Holly Lowry, 46 votes. Ed Carroll, 59 votes. Oh, and we're updating here. So
that's just in time. That was near the bottom of the ballot. So
yeah.
When we get a new precinct reporting.
This is with the Presbyterian Church.
So now it is with the Presbyterian Church.
This is the Presbyterian Church. Okay. And we're just waiting for the update and the results here as they refresh the screen with 5 of 10 reporting. So 50%, they're showing 10,433 ballots cast. So waiting here.
This is one physical, and then everything else here in our
Still waiting. Okay, here we go with the straight party ticket votes. So Republican Party, 2,906 total votes. Democratic Party, straight party ticket, 1,941 votes. Kentucky Party, 36 votes. And Libertarian Party, 20 votes. So that is for straight party ticket voting, with 5 of 10 polling places reporting here in Henderson County. For President and Vice President of the United States, the Trump-Vance ticket has received 6,187 votes. The Harris-Walz ticket has received 4,043 votes. Jill Steins received 20 votes. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has received 68. Shiva Ayyadurai has received 1 vote. And Chase Oliver has received 20 votes. So that's 10,339 votes cast there currently, with 5 of 10 polling places reporting. So for United States Representative in Congress, 1st Congressional District, Republican incumbent James R. Comer has received 6,430 votes. To Aaron Marshall, the Democratic challengers, 3,784 votes, with 10,214 votes cast in that particular race. For State Representative, 11th Representative District, J.T. Payne, a newcomer who's unopposed here, he will win the seat here. It's 7,420 votes for J.T. Payne. Commonwealth's Attorney, 51st Judicial Circuit, incumbent Herb L. McKee Jr., 7,149 votes. He will win that seat as well because he's unopposed. Circuit Clerk, also unopposed, is incumbent Clyde Gregory Sutton, who's received 6,833 votes total so far. So, Judge of the Court of Appeals, 1st Appellate District, 2nd Division. It's an unexpired term. Lisa Payne Jones, who was appointed to the seat last year, 4,614 votes, to Jason Shea Fleming's 2,069 votes. So that's 6,683 votes total. It's about a 69-31% advantage there for Jones over Fleming. Member Board of Education, 3rd Educational District. Incumbent Thomas E. Alves, who's running unopposed, has received 991 votes. For the Member Board of Education, 4th Educational District, incumbent Mike Waller has received 1,039 votes. And then for the last of the school board positions that is up for re-election this time, it's also unopposed. It's the Member Board of Education, 5th Educational District, Wesley Smith, who's received 1,234. He's unopposed and also the incumbent there. So all three of those. Of course, the other two Board of Education seats are not up for re-election this go round. So the city commissioners, City of Henderson, people could vote up for up to 4, and there were 6 candidates on the ballot plus 1 write-in choice. Thomas D. Tom Williams has received 2,325 votes. Robert Pruitt has received 2,531 votes. Kelsey Hargis has received 3,185 votes. Looks like the most so far. Dwight Williams has received 1,975 votes. Nick Witt has received 2,515 votes. And Rodney Thomas has received 3,075 votes. So that is the city commissioners. That is 5 of 10 polling places reporting. City Council, City of Cordon, people can vote up to 6, and there are 7 candidates. So Jay Lagish has 39, Jack Horton Jr. has 41, Beth French has 27, Renee Brown has 29, Jerry Lee Hogue III has 23, that's the lowest amount here. Karen R. McGill has 39, and Daniel Rathman has 26 votes cast. City Commissioner, City of Roberts, there are people can vote up to 4, and there are 4 candidates on there. So Anthony Keith Watkins has received 56 votes. Holly Lowry has received 50 votes. Ed Carroll has received 60 votes. That's the most for that race. And Deborah K. Mannion has received 49 votes. But again, all 4 of them, you vote up to 4, and there were 4 candidates there. For Constitutional Amendment 1, so far with 5 of 10 polling places reporting, there were 6,142 people who voted yes, and 3,562 voted no. Constitutional Amendment 2, there were 3,545 people who vote yes, and 6,539 vote no. Of course, the Constitutional Amendment 2, you've probably seen more signs for that one, right, Greg? That's the
public schools with we've seen more of those out there, so kind of expect that one to go that way for most of the state. Not sure if they've called that yet. We can get into that statewide. I haven't heard that yet, but we'll pass along to you. They did obviously just minutes after the polls closed in Kentucky. Most news outlets reporting that Donald Trump won Kentucky and Indiana. Kamala Harris had won Vermont. Those came kind of right at 6 p.m. Central Time from the Associated Press.
looks like we're getting it's not refreshing yet. It's still showing 5 of 10 here voting for the polling places.
So we do believe that, as I was just checking, that was the first one that was a physical polling place today, that being the Presbyterian Church. So it had 4 of the 10 were the absentee mail-in, absentee walk-in, and early voting, and then 1 of the precincts was reported in there. But there were 7 polling places total today which would get us in there. So I don't know if I know the Presbyterian was included. I'm not sure if there was
And
one more included in that 5 of 10 as well. I think there would have to be if there was 5 of 10 reporting, 5 more out there.
yes. Once again, straight party, Republican Party, 2,906 cast their Republican Party straight party ticket. Democratic Party, 1,941. Kentucky Party, 36. And Libertarian Party, 20. And that's so far with 5 of 10 polling places reporting. For the president and vice president race, the Trump and Vance ticket has received 6,187. That's about a 60% total. The Harris-Walz has received 4,043. That's about a 39% total. Stein is received about 20. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., 68. Shiva Ayyadurai has received 1. And Chase Oliver has received 20. United States Representative in Congress, 1st Congressional District, James R. Comer, who's the incumbent Republican, 6,430 votes to Aaron Marshall, the Democratic challengers, 3,784. So State Representative, 11th Representative District, J.T. Payne will be the winner there. He's running unopposed, be his first term there. Republican Party, 7,420 votes there. Herbert L. McKee Jr., he's the incumbent and running unopposed for Commonwealth's Attorney 51st Judicial Circuit. He's got 7,149 votes. Also running unopposed for Circuit Clerk is Clyde Gregory Sutton, who's received 6,833. Both McKee and Sutton are Democratic Party, but both unopposed there. Judge of the Court of Appeals, 1st Appellate District, 2nd Division, unexpired term. This is a nonpartisan race. Lisa Payne Jones has garnered 4,614. And to Jason Shea Fleming's 2,069. So it's about a 69-31% split there.
We'll take a minute, Aaron, before we got the more Board of Education up there running unopposed, but just the latest update with the Henderson City Commission. Kelsey Hargis has the most votes with 5 of 10 polling places reporting with 3,185. Rodney Thomas, 3,075. Robert Pruitt, 2,531. Nick Witt, 2,515. Tom Williams, 2,325. And Dwight Williams with 1,975. So at least 5 through 10, the current city commission, Thomas, Pruitt, Witt, are in that top 4 with the newcomer, Kelsey Hargis, right now leading the votes with 3,185. Of course, an open seat on the commission. Austin Vowles did not seek re-election, so 4 will come back in. It will be a new look commission, but at the moment, just 25%, but still obviously a long ways to go. But in order, just name wise, Hargis, Thomas, Pruitt, Witt, Tom Williams, and Dwight Williams, 1 through 6 for the City of Henderson Commissioners race, with 5 of 10 polling places reporting, and we have a new one coming up.
6 of 10
Yep.
here.
So we'll have 60% of the. So this is the Archery Center and Chandler. A.B. Chandler. So 6 of 10 coming up. So this includes, we know, the
Archery Center is usually traditionally the largest.
Largest, good point, yep. So the Archery Center, the Presbyterian Church, and also Chandler now coming into this. With Chandler, obviously, you could see some things happening there in that Corden race in that area.
Could
a lot
be.
of folks, they could obviously vote at any of those locations, but folks that living in there may have done most of their voting there in the Chandler area. But as you mentioned, normally, since they've went to the Chase Fulcher Archery Center, that's where the most votes have come. So we'll probably see some impressive numbers here. And now, in fact, ballots cast 11,478.
So straight party, Republican Party ticket, 3,277 for about 61% total. Democratic Party straight party ticket, 2,042 votes for about 38% total. Kentucky Party, 47 votes for less than a percentage. And Libertarian Party is 22 votes for, less than half a percentage there for that. President and Vice President of the United States, the Trump-Vance ticket, 7,011 for about 62% total. The Harris-Walz ticket, 4,239 for about 37% of the total. Jill Stein, 23 for less than a percentage point there. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., 76 votes for, again, less than 1 percentage point there. Shiva Ayyadurai, 1 vote, holding steady there for just a little fraction of a percentage point there. Chase Oliver, 23 votes for, again, less than 1% of the vote there. United States Representative in Congress, 1st Congressional District, James Comer, the Republican incumbent, has received 7,251, or about 64.5% of the vote. Democratic challenger Aaron Marshall has received 3,989 for about 35.5% of the vote. State Representative, 11th Representative District, J.T. Payne, the Republican newcomer, but he's running unopposed, will be his first term, but he's got 8,304. Congrats to J.T. Payne. He's here in the courthouse with us. Commonwealth's Attorney, 51st Judicial Circuit, also unopposed, Herbert L. McKee Jr., a Democrat. He has got 7,884 votes. Clyde Gregory Sutton, Circuit Clerk, also unopposed, Democrat, 7,526 votes. So, Judge of the Court of Appeals, 1st Appellate District, 2nd Division, unexpired term. So, Lisa Payne Jones, who was appointed to the position last year, she's got 5,105, and she leads with about 69% of the vote over Jason Shea Fleming, who's got about 31% of the vote, or 2,320 votes total. So there are 3 Board of Education seats open, but all of them are unopposed and all of them are filled by incumbents. The first one for the 3rd Educational District, Thomas E. Alves, he's received 1,619 votes. For the 4th Educational District, that's Mike Waller, who's received 1,057. And then for the 5th Educational District, which is the final one up for election this go round, is Wesley Smith, who's received 1,255 votes. So next up should be City Commission, I think.
I think so.
So it's waiting on the screen here. So City Commissioners, City of Henderson. So this is an update with 6 of 10 polling places reporting. So Tom Williams has received 2,351 votes. Robert Pruitt has received 2,564. He's an incumbent. Kelsey Hargis, 3,234 votes. Dwight Williams, 2,001 votes. Nick Witt, who's an incumbent, 2,544 votes. And Rodney Thomas, who's also an incumbent, has received 3,109 votes. For the City Council, City of Cordon, there are 7 people running for 6 spots. Jayla Gish has received 140 votes. Jack Horton Jr., 169 votes. Beth French, 89, which looks like the low number there. Renee D. Brown has received 104. Jerry Lee Hogue III, 121. Karen R. McGill, 134. And Daniel Rathman, 99. So, look like Jack Horton Jr. has received the most and Beth French the least in that particular race. City Commissioner, City of Roberts, you could vote up to 4 people. Anthony Keith Watkins, 57 votes. Holly Lowry, 51 votes. Ed Carroll, 61 votes. And Deborah Mannion, that's 50 votes. So all 4 of them will be on the City Commission there for Roberts, because there are 4 seats available and 4 people there. So Constitutional Amendment 1, there were 6,814, or 64% of the vote total, voting yes, and 3,872, or about 36% of the total, voting no. For Constitutional Amendment 2, there were 3,868 people voting yes, or about 35% of the vote, and there were 7,237, or about 65% of the vote, voting no. And of course, that is the vote asking if you can amend the Constitution to allow taxpayer funding to pay for private education.
You're listening to live election night coverage here from the Henderson County Courthouse in Henderson, Kentucky. I'm Greg Busby with Aaron Schmidt. We'll take a time out here from our sponsors. We'll be back with more updates. Again, we have 6 of 10 polling places reporting in the race for Henderson City Commission. Hargis, 3,234. Thomas, 3,109. Pruitt, 2,564. Witt, 2,544. Tom Williams, 2,351. and Dwight Williams 2001. We'll be back after these messages from ATA CPAs, Henderson Community College, the Henderson County Democratic Executive Committee, and the Henderson County Republican Party here on WSON. On at WSON, I'm Greg Busby with Aaron Schmidt as we're reporting live local election results brought to you by ATA CPAs and ATA Advisory, the Henderson Community College, the Henderson County Democratic Executive Committee, and the Henderson County Republican Party. Just as we came out of break there, 9 of 10 polling places reporting, so we believe it's just a county precinct. Maybe Spotsville, the only one left out. Is that what I think? Brent was a little bit unsure himself, but at the moment, 9 of 10 reporting that we'll see the numbers for here momentarily. Don't have them up just yet, but they will be coming. So getting closer and closer, at least to see how Henderson County voted. Of course, all these unofficial results, but be that until they're be certified. So all the totals we're giving you unofficial, as you'll see if you're joining us on Facebook or on WSONradio.com there at the top of the screen here from the courthouse. So
looks like 16,683 ballots cast as of this update, with the 9 of 10 polling places reporting, and we should have those momentarily with all the different races coming up there. So it should give us a clear outlook. But I know first races we called, there was one that flipped at the last moment for a race, so it was the last polling place that came in there. So you never know for these local races what might happen. So straight party ticket, Republican Party straight party ticket, 5,139 votes cast there, ballots cast. Straight party Democratic Party, 2,738 ballots cast. For the Kentucky Party, 98 ballots cast. And for the Libertarian Party, there were 55 straight party votes cast there. For the President and Vice President of the United States race, the Trump-Vance ticket has received 10,845 for about 66% roughly votes totaled. The Harris-Walz ticket has received 5,504 for roughly 33% of the votes cast. Jill Stein has received 31 votes, less than a percentage there. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has received 117, still less than 1% there. Shiva Ayyadurai has received 4, less than 1% there. Chase Oliver received 38 votes, and that's also less than 1% of the vote total there. For the United States Representative in Congress 1st Congressional District, Republican incumbent James Comer has received 11,078 votes, or 68% of the votes total here in Henderson County. Democratic challenger Aaron Marshall has received 5,254 votes, or 32% of the total there. State Representative 11th Representative District J.T. Payne, Republican, has received 12,634. He will be the winner there. He is running unopposed. Next couple races are also unopposed. Commonwealth's Attorney, 51st Judicial Circuit, Herb McKee Jr., the incumbent Democrat, he's received 11,503 votes. Circuit Clerk Greg Sutton has received 11,005 votes. He's a Democratic incumbent there. Judge of the Court of Appeals, 1st Appellate District, 2nd Division, Lisa Payne Jones, who is currently holding that seat right there, 7,422, or about 67% of the vote here in Henderson County. And Jason Shea Fleming has received 3,634 votes, for about 33% of the total here in Henderson County. Then there are 3 Board of Education seats up for grabs, and they're all unopposed, and they're all incumbents for each race. So for the 3rd Educational District, Thomas E. Alves has received 2,116 votes. For the 4th Educational District, Mike Waller has received 1,429 votes. And for the 5th Educational District, Wesley Smith has received 1,483 votes. Those are for the Henderson County Board of Education. Of course, there are 5 seats on there, and 2 are not up for re-election this particular cycle. City Commissioner, City of Henderson, people can vote for up to 4, and there are 6 on the ballot, and there's also a 7th write-in candidate. For the 6 on the ballot here, Tom Williams has received 2,980 votes, for 14.82% of the vote. Robert Pruitt has received 3,318 for 16.5% of the vote. Kelsey Hargis has received 4,193, or 20.85% of the vote. Dwight Williams has received 2,534, or 12.6% of the vote. Nick Witt has received 3,217, or 16% of the vote. And Rodney Thomas has received 3,869, or 19.24% of the vote. So that's with 9 of 10 polling places reporting. For the City Council, City of Cordon, there are 6 seats and 7 people running. Jayla Gish has received 145 votes. Jack Horton Jr. has received 178. Beth French has received 94. Renee Brown has received 109. Jerry Lee Hogue III has received 124. Karen McGill has received 138. And Daniel Rathman has received 103. For the City Commissioner, City of Roberts, people could vote up to 4, and there are 4 candidates. So they'll all be winners tonight. Anthony Keith Watkins, 119 votes. Holly Lowry, 106 votes. Ed Carroll, 120. And Deborah K. Mannion, 105 votes. Constitutional Amendment 1. People voting yes were 10,100, or about 64.65% of the votes. People voting no, 5,523, or 35.35% of the votes. Constitutional Amendment 2. People voting yes were 5,557, or 34.32% of the vote, and people voting no were 10,634, or 65.68% of the vote. And that is the end of the current update for the 9 of 10 polling places reporting here in Henderson County. So just 1 polling place to go, Greg.
And again, in the City of Henderson Commission race, Kelsey Hargis, 4,193 votes to lead the 6 other candidates on the ballot and the 1 writing candidate. Rodney Thomas, 3,869 in second. Robert Pruitt in third. Amongst the 6th, 3,318. Nick Witt, 3,217. And Tom Williams, 2,980. Dwight Williams, 2,534. So certainly a newcomer to the City of Commission as Kelsey Hargis, and we'll catch up with her momentarily here on WSON. Rodney Thomas has his place secure, and then Robert Pruitt, Nick Witt likely. So those gentlemen coming back, it appears. We'll see if Tom Williams can close that gap of a little over 220 to Nick Witt with just 1 polling place left. Looks like it'll be the 3 incumbents that were returning, Thomas, Pruitt, and Witt, along with the newcomer Kelsey Hargis in for the seat that Austin Vales did not seek re-election for. So that's where we're at with the Henderson City of Commission. We'll take a timeout here from our sponsors. Again, 9 of 10 polling places reporting, so just one more county polling place to come in. So getting close to having full numbers here in Henderson. We'll take a pause after this word from ATA CPAs and ATA Advisory, Henderson Community College, the Henderson County Democratic Executive Committee, and the Henderson County Republican Party. of 10 precincts reporting. We understand only the Jefferson polling place is the only one that hasn't come in just yet, and obviously that could be any moment, but 9 of 10 reporting, and the race for Henderson City Commission with 9 of 10 polling places reporting. Kelsey Hargis, 4,193 votes. Rodney Thomas, 3,869. Robert Pruitt, 3,318. Nick Witt, 3,217. Tom Williams, 2,980. Dwight Williams, 2,534. So with just one polling place remaining, being the Jefferson polling place, it looks like Kelsey Hargis is going to be the leading vote getter and Mayor Pro Tem in her first bid at political office here in Henderson. And it appears the 3 incumbents, Rodney Thomas, along with Robert Pruitt and Nick Witt, will remain on the Henderson City Commission. That unless Tom Williams is about 220 votes away, actually 240 votes away from Nick Witt, would need to make up a major ground with just one polling place reporting. So it looks like it'll be the 3 incumbents with Austin Vallis, who did not seek re-election. There was a seat open. Kelsey Hargis has captured that seat and may even be Mayor Pro Tem with leading vote getter. She is a few hundred votes ahead of Rodney Thomas for that spot at 3,869 for Thomas. Again, 3,318 for Pruitt, 3,217 for Witt. Tom Williams at 2,980, Dwight Williams at 2,534, and Kelsey Hargis 4,193. And again, just a 9 of 10 reporting here from polling places reporting. 18,972 vote cast total, with the Jefferson precinct the only one remaining.
Yes. I was going to say, along with the Henderson City Commission race, there is one write-in candidate, too. So we don't have those numbers. Those aren't on here because this is just what's on the ballot. So any write-in candidates, we do not have that information in front of us. So, but we do have the 9 out of the 10 polling places reporting here. So it's a pretty good picture, but you never know until 10 to 10, really.
That's right. That's right. And now, 40 minutes into our results, as the first results came in at 7:08, and now we're at 7:48. So, nearly in 40 minutes, we've got through here in Henderson, and maybe hopefully 40:45 we'll have the final numbers, unofficial results to pass along to you here from the courthouse, and we hope to have a couple interviews as well. J.T. Payne here in the courthouse, along with Kelsey Hargis. Great night for those two new folks, new to the political realm, representing Henderson. So we'll catch up with those two momentarily here on WSON. I know, Aaron, you'll do your best to line up interviews for tomorrow as well. It'll be a busy night, busy day or two with interviews. I know you always like to get the winners, who certainly here locally in Henderson, and perhaps down the road as we get some of the appellate judge. I think there was 20 or 25 counties represented by that Payne and Fleming race.
It's a good little chunk.
Yep, at least in Henderson, Payne appeared to have a pretty big lead, but obviously that includes Owensboro and Hopkinsville and
she is an
Madisonville.
Owensboro native.
Yes, yep.
So.
I think Fleming's from Hopkinsville, I think, and Payne from Owensboro, I believe. So, and then, of course, we had the 3 you're seeing across the screen. If you're joining us on WSONradio.com or our Facebook page or YouTube channel, of course, we had 3 boards of education seats up, but all ran unopposed. And again, as you're seeing now, the City of Commissioners race with folks can vote up to 4, could vote for none, 1, 2, 3, or 4. But most people probably filled in their top 4, and it appears it'll be Kelsey Hargis and then the incumbents, Thomas, Pruitt, and Witt, coming back to the Henderson City Commission. As you see now, the City Council race as well, there was would be one person out of that, and at the moment, Beth French is on the outside looking in as the top 6 for the Cordon City Council advance and to office there for the Cordon City Council. All 4 for Roberts, 4 people that are up for election, 4 seats, all 4 get in.
And just because, for say, like the Roberts or the Cordon seats, or even in Henderson, any of the polling locations, you can vote at any one of them. So even if you are like a Cordon resident, you could have voted at the Presbyterian Church, for example. So you just kind of still don't know until the final totals come in
Yep.
who the absolute winners will be there. So Constitutional Amendment 1, that looks pretty strongly, at least here in Henderson County, for yes and approving, changing the Constitution there. That's 11,400 votes to the no votes of 6,383. Of course, the one that was more talked about was Constitutional Amendment 2. That's probably, if you've been driving around town, you probably see lots of yes or no vote signs. And so in Henderson County, yes received 6,246 votes for Constitutional Amendment 2, whereas no received 12,175. That seems to be the case across the state. We've seen some state results that it looks like, for the most part, the state rejected changing the Constitution to allow taxpayer dollars to go to private education.
Yeah, pretty convincing vote as well, especially here in Henderson, more than 2-1. So that's for that yes vote, no on the amendment changing funding of private schools with public funding. Again, 9 of 10 polling places reporting. We understand Jefferson Elementary School there on Alv Street was the lone location to report at this point. So certainly could be some more in that area, just geographically, some city commission votes in there, but some pretty big numbers. And as we said, really the one to watch would be Nick Witt, who has the 4th spot at 3,217, and Tom Williams 2,980, but probably not enough for votes for Williams to make up that margin against Witt there in the Jefferson polling place. So just awaiting on that here from the Henderson County Courthouse. We will take our final break, come back. We will either have perhaps an interview or hopefully have 10 out of 10 polling places reporting, but we'll take our final break here from our sponsors, ATA, Henderson Community College, the Henderson County Democratic Executive Committee, and the Henderson County Republican Party, and be back here from the Henderson County Courthouse live election night coverage here on WSON.
the top vote getter of any of the races, contested or uncontested. I just want to send a huge thank you to the people of Henderson for bubbling that box and showing their support. So I really appreciate that.
And what are you looking forward to most in your first term?
Well, I think a couple of things. Number one, having a voice in Frankfort that's willing to advocate for Henderson. This seat, District 11, is unique in the sense of it's only one of 4 out of 100 House seats that is a sole county district. So it encompasses the whole county of Henderson and nothing else. So all of my focus and all of my energy can go on advocating for the people of Henderson and bringing resources back to Henderson. So I would definitely say that's a top priority. Another priority is, Amendment 2 has been a highly contested and has gotten a lot of attention from the public. However, that shows, no matter which side of the aisle that you fall on there, that shows that a lot of people are interested in education and interested in improving our educational system across the state. And being an educator myself, I think that I provide a very unique perspective having a seat at that table this upcoming session to see how do we bring both sides together and do what's best for students and improve education in Kentucky.
I can only imagine what the reaction will be tomorrow when you walk into school. Have you thought about that any?
Yes, well, I definitely have seen former students that have sent me messages and said, that they were excited to vote for me and bubble that box in. So, those were the texts that meant the most. Our former students and colleagues that have said that they believe in me and what I can do to advocate for education and the future of the Commonwealth.
Now, I have to imagine that you might be among some of the youngest currently holding a seat.
So as far as I know there's a couple that are in their later 20s, but I do think that when the dust settles, I'll probably be the youngest current serving member of the House of Representatives in Kentucky.
What's that mean to you?
Well, I think it's really a testament to Henderson and the people of Henderson and you see our city officials, you see our county officials, and the work that we've done downtown and all throughout Henderson County, and you see that Henderson is excited about young people. They don't care if it's a Republican or a Democrat. They're excited about young people being involved and being leaders in the community, and what a unique place that we have that they embrace a young leadership and a new generation of leadership, and I'm really honored to be a part of that.
Anything else you'd like to add or anyone else you'd like to thank?
I just want to thank you all for covering this event, and I know you've done it all the way through the election cycle, so I really appreciate what you all have done.
Well, thank you, JT. So congratulations.
Thanks so much.
So I know we're going to be talking here to newly elected city commissioner, Kelsey Hargis, who is actually the top vote getter, so we'll let her set up here. So thanks again to JT Payne, our new state representative there. So it'll be very exciting walking into Henderson County High School, I'm sure, tomorrow. So Kelsey, thank you for joining us. Big night for you as well. So
it is a big night.
What was your reaction to not only winning, but getting the most votes totaled?
I am actually incredibly overwhelmed. That is something I was not expecting. Honestly, I had a speech prepared in case I didn't get in the top 4. So I feel a whole lot of emotions right now, but certainly thankful to the community. I want to thank everyone that voted. And again, I'm touched and overwhelmed by the community support. And Henderson truly has my heart. That's why I did this in the first place. So I'm looking forward to this position and seeing what all I can do.
And what are you looking forward to most joining the Henderson City Commission?
I think that Henderson just has a lot of great things going right now, and I hope to see us continue on that path, and anything that I can do to help facilitate that, that's what I want to see through. So as of now, we got a lot to learn and a lot to look forward to, but looking forward to this next chapter.
And then it looks like you'll be joining the 3 incumbents, so you'll be the new person, so you're going to kind of lean on their advice a little bit early on, you think?
Of course. It's always great to have people that have been in the arena before, so certainly looking forward to any advice and certainly looking, for community, what they want to see, what their vision is too for Henderson in these next few years. So just excited to be a part of it.
And if tradition holds, usually the top vote getter is the mayor pro tem. So what does that mean to you?
Wow. you guys again, just not expecting that at all. It's a complete honor. Again, I'm a little shocked by the results, but I'm thrilled. So let's get after it.
Anyone else you'd like to thank?
Oh my gosh, I would like to thank everyone in the community. I, again, am incredibly touched by everyone that voted and reached out and showed this kind of support. So whatever I can do for you all, and I'd like to thank my husband, my family, my friends. Thank you everybody for supporting me in all I do. And certainly all of the commissioners I reached out to for help when I had questions, and everyone that has helped support me on this journey to get here.
Well, thank you, Kelsey, and congratulations.
Thank you.
So that was Kelsey Hargis, a new Henderson City Commissioner and top vote getter in this year's election for Henderson City Commission. So, and then she'll be joining incumbents Robert Pruitt, Rodney Thomas, and Nick Witt on the Henderson City Commission there. So, but we have 10 to 10 polling places in. That's unofficial results from the Henderson County Clerk's office there, Greg. So, and I know we'll be coming up on NBC News here shortly.
That's right, and just some of the final numbers, and I did not get a chance to get, I think I'll check the numbers as we go by one more time. But let's just read these one more time through, Aaron, if you don't mind.
Sure.
And I'll kind of recap the City Commission numbers there at the end.
Okay, so we're taking it from the top as it's scrolling here. We've got the Republican Party straight party ticket, 5,966 ballots there. Democratic Party, 3,476 ballots there. Kentucky Party, 131. And Libertarian Party, 77. That's for the straight party tickets. For the president and vice president race here, with 10 of 10 polling places reporting here in Henderson County, 12,592 for the Trump-Vance ticket, 6,837 for the Harris-Walz ticket, 48 for Stein, 151 for Robert F. Kennedy Jr., 5 for Shiva Ayadurai, and Chase Oliver received 51%. So, United States Representative in Congress, 1st Congressional District, Republican incumbent James Comer has received 12,832, and Aaron Marshall, the Democratic challenger, has received 6,587. Of course, there's several counties, but I believe James Comer probably is the winner there as well. We'll double check that. State Representative, 11th Representative District, J.T. Payne, we heard from him just a while ago, Henderson County High School teacher, and now State Representative for the 11th Representative District, received 14,964 votes total. For Commonwealth's Attorney, 51st Judicial Circuit, we're kind of getting into a run here, Greg, where there's several people unopposed. So Herb McKee, incumbent Democrat, 13,960 votes cast for him. Circuit Clerk, Greg Sutton, also Democratic incumbent, 13,371 votes cast total for him in that race. For the Judge of Court of Appeals, 1st Appellate District, 2nd Division, unexpected. Here in Henderson County, Lisa Payne Jones received 9,003 votes. She currently holds the seat. She was specially appointed to that last year. And Jason Shea Fleming has 4,306 total. So that's about a 67-33% split there. Member of Board of Education. So there are 3 district seats up for grabs, and all 3 were incumbents, and all 3 were unopposed. So we've got Thomas Alves representing the 3rd Educational District, and he received 2,251 votes. Mike Waller, longtime board member, he's representing the 4th Educational District. He received 1,936 votes. And in the 5th Educational District, incumbent Wesley Smith received 2,436 votes. So those are the 3 Henderson County Board of Education seats that were up for grabs this election. Of course, the other 2 were not up for election this cycle. They were 2 years ago. So, City Commissioners, City of Henderson, could vote up to 4, and there were 6 names on the ballot. Tom Williams received 3,846 votes for 14.48% of the total. Robert Pruitt received 4,510 votes for 16.98% of the total. Kelsey Hargis, 5,654 votes for 21.29% of the total. Dwight Williams, 3,261 for 12.28% of the total. Nick Witt received 4,282 for 16.12% of the total. And Rodney Thomas, 5,006 for 18.85% of the total. For the city of Corden, people could vote up to 6. So Jaylee Gish received 146, Jack Horton 179, Beth French 94, Renee Brown 110, Jerry Lee Hogue III 124, Karen McGill 138, Daniel Rathman 103. So Gish, Horton, Brown, Hogue, McGill, and Rathman will fill those seats. City Commissioner, City of Roberts, people could vote up to 4, and there were 4 choices. So Anthony Keith Watkins, 122 votes. Holly Laurie, 110 votes. Ed Carroll received the most votes at 124, and Deborah K. Mannion, 109 votes. So they will all be on the City Commissioners for City of Roberts. Constitutional Amendment 1, Henderson County broke for yes on that vote, 11,845 for 63.65% total of that vote. To no on Constitutional Amendment 1, that received 6,764 or 36.35% of the vote. Constitutional Amendment 2, which received more attention, that was the kind of the school choice vote there. Voting yes was 6,476 or 33.6% of the vote. To people voting no was 12,800, 66.4% of the vote, which from early indications that's pretty much really on target with the state too. They're voting no on that particular amendment. And that is the end of the results there.
And that will end our coverage of at least play-by-play with results are concerned. We will recap that city commission race for you. Kelsey Hargis, what a surprise, 5,654 votes, the leading vote getter in her first time for a political office, 21% of the vote. She'll be Mayor Pro Tem Kelsey Hargis, 5,654 votes. Certainly a special night for her. Rodney Thomas, 5,006 votes, 19%. Robert Pruitt, 4,510 votes, 17%. And Nick Witt, 4,282 votes, 16%. So the 3 incumbents that were returning, Thomas, Pruitt, Witt, all returned for another 2 years. Austin Valls, who was Mayor Pro Tem, did not seek re-election. Kelsey Hargis just happened to have the most votes to fill that chair, and also the Mayor Pro Tem vote. Close race from Tom Williams, 14%, 3,846, finished 5th. Dwight Williams, 3,261, 12%. And there was an official write-in candidate, Jay Randolph. Those numbers will come later, but obviously probably not enough to break into that top 4. Your final comments here today and tonight, Aaron?
Everybody who voted, thank you for
Absolutely.
Participating in the democratic process. Congratulations to all the winners, locally, state, at the federal level too. I'm sure it will take longer to figure out at the federal level, but
And we'll hear about that coming up shortly.
yes, and as well as some of the other state winners. But yeah, congratulations, and yeah, thank everyone for participating in the process. So
See if we can get these final, maybe at least Henderson voter turnout for you. Ballpark as 57% unofficial voter turnout in Henderson, as 19,847 votes were cast of 34,778 eligible voters, so nearly 60%, but a 57% voter turnout here on an election year, and we're glad to bring it to you. Special thanks to our sponsors, ATA CPAs and ATA Advisory, also the Henderson Community College, the Henderson County Democratic Executive Committee, and the Henderson County Republican Party. Stay tuned. We'll have live election coverage from NBC Radio coming up next. That'll be a national coverage over the next several hours here on WSON. We'll have that through midnight. Live coverage nationally from NBC News coming up next. Isaac Thatcher at Studio Control in downtown Henderson. Great job, Isaac. For Aaron Schmidt, WSON News Director, my name is Greg Busby. So long, everybody. So I think Isaac, you're just record him on your phone and send it back, or however you want to do it. Isaac, let's once you join NBC, you'll have to delete that first break. That's what. Correct. Yeah, I mean it'll start. Just yeah. Correct. I think that's right, Isaac. There you go. What's that? I can have Isaac record it. I'll call that it and audition. Yeah. Isaac, Isaac will need to record. Robert Pruitt's here, so Aaron wanted to record an interview with him. Um, yeah, just correct. Just have to be an audition, and make sure the what's on air is on air only. It'll be a minute or two. He's with Vince and the Hendersonian, so just stand by for that. He came in as we were signing off, so.